Welcome to A Better HR Business, the podcast that looks at how HR consultants and HR tech firms grow their businesses and how they help their employers to get the best out of their people. Remember, for show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Okay, let's get started.
Hi, thanks for joining me today. Really looking forward to having a quick conversation about how I helped two clients save over $5,000. So I work with them through my HR Business Accelerator, which is a 90-day program where we build out their 90-day marketing plan. And then I give them tools, templates, support, coaching, etc., to get that into practice and get it happening so we can get the acceleration. I always think of it as a snowball. It starts off small, builds up steam, builds up, gradually getting bigger and faster. And that's the idea behind it. But yeah, jumping to these two clients. So one of them recently got asked to take a stand for $2,000 in the US at a conference, an upcoming conference. So, you know, the world is opening up a little bit more post-COVID, and they've got the opportunity to take a $2,000 stand at a conference. And I've got nothing against conferences. I've been at many of them. I've got sort of strategies and tactics, if you like, for the best ways to utilize it beyond just here's a free t-shirt or put your name into the hat and you'll win some sort of iPad or whatever. For me, those things are not great because obviously anyone is happy to win an iPad. So you're going to get all kinds of leads that are perhaps not best for you. And obviously it costs money and it's a bit of a hassle, all that sort of stuff. So there are better ways of doing it if you're going to have a stand at an expo or a conference. But back to this client, that they weren't ready for it. And the reason for that is they hadn't got their positioning, their offers clear. And so there's probably $2,000 that they would spend and not necessarily get a great return for. So what we've done, we've got some other things in place. They've got some free, and by free, I don't mean inappropriate, cheap, not useful, but they don't cost any money and they'll be far more effective. So there are ways that we can get them to use their information, partnering up with other companies, things like that, that they will get far more opportunities to get more sales leads and potentially sales clients on board. And so we've avoided that. So there's a $2,000 check that they did not need to write, and they don't even need to spend that on other things. They don't need to reallocate it. They've just got these other strategies that will get them more clients. I'm sure of it. So there's an example of how we can use better processes, better marketing strategy, and save money and use the budget more effectively. So as I said, yes, down the track, trade shows, conference stands, things like that, booths can be great, but just not yet. So for different clients, yes, go for it. But for this one, not right now. Let's just wait and use that time and effort and money in better ways. The other client in a different country, they want to jump onto LinkedIn and they were going to put about $3,000 US into it, which is a decent chunk. Companies spend more, companies spend less, but it's $3,000 to test out LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn, in theory, is wonderful. You've got all your target audience in there. You've got all kinds of targeting. I don't know if you know Sales Navigator, but the filters in that are pretty amazing. You can put in industry, employer, headcount for the people that you're looking for to reach out to. You can get their job titles as keywords. You can get job titles as drop-down lists. You can get the seniority. So are they a VP? Are they the business owner? Are they a senior manager, junior, etc.? What else? You can have location, of course, by city, state, county, region, country, etc. So all kinds of amazing targeting opportunities in there. The thing is, because of that, and because it's so powerful, it's very expensive, right? So what Google might charge you of $1 per click or less, on LinkedIn, that might be $7 or $8 per click, right? So it's a vastly different proposition. So if you're going to go and spend money on LinkedIn, the key to it, and this is what I told the client, is that we need to be sure that our offer and the positioning and the angle that we're going to offer it is done correctly. So you don't want to go out with an untested offer to an expensive platform. Let's use organic, whether that be then paid through Google or through promotions, podcasts, webinars, things like that, test those offers out so that you know, wow, this is a really attractive offer. And by offer, I mean, is it a free giveaway? Is it a PDF? Is it a webinar ticket? Is it a free call? Is it a sales call? Is it a demo? Whatever it may be, whatever that offer is that you're going to put in front of people via an ad, make sure that before you get onto an expensive platform and spend $3,000 on it, that you're confident that it will get a return and you've tested it in other ways first. That's the key to it. That's why, for instance, when companies get bigger and they want to go on to running ads on radio or TV or in the print media and things like that, they don't just jump straight to that. They've tested things out. They know if something works. And then when it works, when they know the numbers, if they're going to put in $100 and they get, 100 clicks or 50 clicks, and of those 50, 25% of them turn into a sales call or a demo request, and then of those 5 turn into a sale, then those are numbers you can calculate. And that's a formula, right? You can stick that into an Excel spreadsheet and watch the numbers flow through. Once you know that, once you're confident with that, you just pour more money on top and run the numbers out. Now, of course, as budgets get bigger and channels get more expensive or whatever, numbers do adjust. Things will get less productive as your budget increases. That tends to happen. But still, you're confident going in that, yeah, you'll get a return and hopefully a nice, strong, positive return. But you don't jump in at the deep end straight away. You test things out and get them moving. So they're the kinds of things that are worth thinking about. And they're the kinds of things that we would cover in an HR business accelerator. So if you're running an HR business and you're thinking, well, how do we get the word out about our business? What's the best way? What are the offers to make? Who should we be targeting? How do we partner up with other companies? Do get in touch, visit the website, go to the services page and just choose whether you're a solo consultant or a larger consultancy or HR tech firm, and have a look at that. And if that's of interest, then yeah, we can have a chat about it. But honestly, it's well worth getting a plan in place and then testing it carefully and building out the plan. So like that snowball analogy that I mentioned, it builds up, grows in speed and size until you've got a nice recurring, well-modeled marketing system to grow your business predictably and comfortably. All right. Thanks for listening. I will see you next time.
Thanks for joining us today on A Better HR Business, the podcast that explores the world of HR consulting and HR tech businesses. For show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Remember to subscribe and share the show with any friends who are busy growing a HR business. Thanks and see you next time.